It's Hot with two T's. 107.5. We're still in the 10 o'clock hour of the ladies' room. And we still have in the studio action adventure author R.C. Farrington. He has today in the ladies' room released his 9th novel. And women, it's for us. It's about us. The lead character is this amazing female, Samantha Savage, Beast Huntress. The blood war has begun. R.C. Farrington, how long did it take you to write your 9th novel?
This one's kind of unique. It's probably about 9 months. Usually I spend a year to a year and a half on one, but this one I got so excited writing.
I was just thinking it just got easier, but it was because of the excitement.
Yes.
Okay.
It's definitely when you get excited and you know where you're going with it.
Right.
It makes it a whole lot easier. And when you're on the plane a lot,
which you are,
you find a lot of time. So and then evenings here, I tend to have some time. So now this one was unusual though, because I actually wrote this one before Bayou Bandit.
Really? Okay.
But it took over a year to get the cover.
Well, how did you get the cover?
Well, actually, my son, Jason, is a graphic designer.
Oh, nice. Is in the house?
He has designed all 9 novel covers.
Okay.
And of course, when it's family doing it and you're not paying them,
I love that.
you have to be very
patient, of course.
Patient. And this cover was worth the wait.
I was going to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. It looks like it was worth the wait. It really does. It looks like when you look at this book, fellas too, you're going to be like, you could just see the look in her eye. You see the blood on her forehead and you just see her like, I'm going to get you. You know, like, I don't know what you've done. I don't know what, whatever it is done to her, but she's like, I am certainly going to get you. Let me ask you this. Now, you've on your 9th novel. You have any tips for anybody else that's interested in writing here in Bermuda?
Yeah, the biggest tip, and I can give you, and I've even picked this up from people that review the books too. The biggest tip is write about something you're familiar with. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
And research.
And research. Write about something you're familiar with. I got that.
And I have done a tremendous amount, but because even this particular novel, because it starts out in Bermuda, there's quite a few chapters in here about Bermuda.
Okay.
And I actually go to real places. Now, sometimes I take liberties with those places.
Okay.
But the point is, whether you're a tourist or a local, when you're reading my novels, you can actually visualize or go to the places that I'm talking about. And so it's really important to know your subject matter that you choose.
Well, I'm just curious. Name like 1 or 2 places that, because of the theme of this book, that would give you that cover. Like 1 or 2 places in Bermuda that would be like looking at differently after we read the book. Well,
this this particular novel, I'll just give you a few of the scenes.
Just a few. Yes. We don't want to give too much away.
There's one scene in the Bermuda Triangle in Hamilton Harbor.
Okay.
On a ghost ship.
Oh goodness!
So there's a scene there. There's a scene. I love charcoal, and I'm amazed how many Bermudians don't know about charcoal in Farrington Sound.
Oh, okay.
It's a cave. It's a cave on the shoreline that goes into the sound. So there's a big scene there, and of course, my favorite spot in Bermuda is St. George's. So
okay. Oh.
Almost every one of my novels has a chapter or 2 or more in St. George's, and this one's no different. There's a couple of chapters in this novel in St. George's too.
Now I'm going to just go back to the cover real quick. When you first saw the cover, I know it took your son a while to do it. You had to be patient. What automatically came to your mind? I mean, because you had already written the book before he finished the cover. So what was your feeling?
Well, but because in this particular novel, it does end up in New Orleans, the French Quarter, and and there in New Orleans, they have places called the cities of the dead.
Okay.
And what that is are cemeteries.
Okay.
And cemeteries are above ground because New Orleans.
Yeah, I see them above ground.
Is below sea
Okay.
level.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up for
they
me.
have to bury people.
They say you learn something new every day.
And
Yes.
so they look like miniature cities, and that's why they call them the City of the Dead.
Okay.
So he's intentionally picked because there's several chapters in this novel in the cities of the dead in New Orleans. So he's picked a cemetery background for this particular cover.
Okay. You still didn't tell me what you think when you saw the cover.
Well, see, of course I love it. And my problem is I usually love the first version, and I've learned he's so particular that what he shows me first,
It's not it.
it's not it.
Does
So no matter how excited I get, I know that's not going to be the.
So how many
end.
versions before it was that it? It's funny. It has to be that. Was it that it for him, or it was like, okay, no, this really is it according to you?
No, everyone's it for me.
Okay.
'Cause I love everyone because he's a fantastic designer. But this probably went through about 10 versions.
No way. He's that particular.
In fact, I've learned my lesson.
Okay.
Out of the 9 novels, I really, one of them, and I won't say which one.
Okay.
I really took a hard stand on the cover, and it's out of the 9 novels, it's probably sold the least.
Oh, okay. So we let our
so-
son do what he does best. Of course, you've
Dad has
learned.
learned to back off.
Did you go hello?
But just picking out the female character probably took 2 weeks, and I do influence his thought process because I wrote the book and I have to tell him what it's about and what's going on.
Of course.
So he'll get the flavor from me, but I'm now past the stage of where I try to design it for him.
It's a beautiful, absolutely an amazing cover. Who was was it your wife or who was the first person that you got to read the book, and what was the response?
Well,
Were they like shaking in their?
it was actually kind of funny because the book had been approved, with the publisher, but the cover hadn't. Now I was here, and of course, I'm patient, but when it comes to this, I'm really anxious, to get your baby out. And so the book was in the U.S., so I had it sent to Jason because he's the designer.
Of course,
and
right.
He's real nitpicky on the tones and colors, and so he got it first, and I couldn't believe it. He rejected the first version of the proof copy.
Oh, really?
Because of the color tones and the skin tones and the blues and the reds so at any rate, we had to order another one. Well, while he was waiting, he started reading the book, and it was so funny. He got back to me. He goes, Dad, you really used some strong language in this book.
The son saying to the dad,
and you're a little more graphic than you've been. And I smiled and I said, well, I guess you're not going to be reading this to my granddaughters as a bedtime story for a few years, are you? He goes, no.
Oh my goodness, I like that. See, that's the female character brought it out of you, didn't she?
I guess. I guess. So.
Well, let everybody know how they can. Any contact information, Facebook, a website, more information about your books and everything that you'll be up to.
Yes, the Facebook, believe me, social media like anybody else. If you just look R.C. Farrington, author, that's where I pretty much keep everybody up to speed.
Okay.
There is a website, Bermuda Spinners, .com. But truly, the Facebook side is where you see what's going on.
You need to check out this cover.
Yes.
Yeah, please
lots
go
of
ahead.
pictures.
Absolutely, and get the book, of course. And okay. You know what? And I just want to remind everybody exactly what you said about, if they decide to go ahead and write the book, the tips he gave is to be familiar with the subject. I love that. And to do your research. And you definitely have absolutely accomplished that here with Blood Fang, Samantha Savage, Beast Huntress. The blood war has begun. It has.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, R.C. Farrington. We
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me.
My pleasure.
And happy Halloween, everyone.
All right. It's Hot with 2 T's, 107.5.
New music.
Good.
And that's your